Dear friends, dear beach soccer players, referees, coaches, fans all over the world, good afternoon from Barcelona and welcome to this special edition of the Beach Soccer Talks, in which we will streamline a little bit what our plans for the coming season are, so that everybody can see a little bit how the coming weeks will look like. To do so, I have the honor to introduce my colleagues and hosts of this presentation, Beach Soccer Worldwide President Joan Cuscó, Beach Soccer Worldwide Executive Vice President and also appointed as FIFA venue manager for the coming World Cup, Gabino Renales, Beach Soccer Worldwide Director of Events, Josep Ponset, and Beach Soccer Worldwide Director of Competitions, Ricardo Garcia. But before I give the floor to those gentlemen, I would like to let you know that we will be monitoring all your questions on Facebook. So we will record all of them and we will answer them at the end of the presentation. So feel free to ask anything that you don't have clear or you didn't understand or you want a clarification for. We will be very, very happy to answer all your questions. So with any further ado, I will give the floor to Beach Soccer Worldwide President Joan Cuscó. Joan, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Iñaki. Good afternoon, everybody. It's a very special moment. This COVID-19 situation has created an exceptional situation that we have no one has lived before. The influence into the world, it's been massive. It started in Asia, then came to Europe, and now spread in Americas. It's been all over the world. It goes up and down. There is many people affected. We lost a lot of people. By the way, my prayers for all those who passed away. Also, I hope all your families are well. Please stay safe. Please follow the government and the health authorities' regulations. It's very important because we will only get into a right situation if we behave. During this period, we have been organizing these talks, and I thank everybody who participated. It's been very interesting. We have also tried to be connected with you through Facebook and Instagram and any other platform. We have seen you, most of you, training at home, doing your workouts, trying to get fit, trying to be in the best shape possible to be back soon. Then most of the people have been able to go out and train. Some been back to the beach, having this feeling of placing your feet down to the sand and having this beautiful feeling. Unfortunately, everything has changed, and this has affected to all of us. There are no tournaments, there is no practice, no training together. Nothing has been possible so far. Honestly speaking, we miss you. We miss our people, we miss our teams, our everybody. I will not mention because we miss the sport in general, but we miss the people. During the last few weeks, we have realized that there is many people affected to this, and people who are living in more difficulties than others. So we have proposed to create a working group, a group of players or coaches, people involved in our sport. We have chosen some people to brainstorm with us. The idea of the working group is to have a group that we will be having some meetings via internet. during the next weeks, trying to find out first the impact of COVID to the beach soccer community, how COVID has affected us and our families and our competitions and everything. Once we are able to create this or understand the dimension of this situation, we will be using this group of people, because I think everybody will be endorsed to do so, to go to authorities, to go to governing bodies of sport, of different government institutions, and we will try to find resources to support our community. This is the idea. The idea is, number one, to understand where we are, what is the impact, and number two is to find out how we can create resources that we can help our people that has more difficulties at present time. So this is the group. You see the names are all very relevant players. This list could be endless, because many more people could be inside the group. What we tried is to have a group from several continents, people who have experience, people that have been working with these type of things with us, and also having men and women, of course. And this group will be active as of next week, where we will organize the first call together. And we will inform you, and for sure, we are delighted to receive everybody's proposal, everybody's outcome of how is it affecting, or also how ideas on how we can create this potential revenue to help, or resources to help our community. This is the idea, and I hope, we have no guarantee that we will be able to succeed on this, but we will make every effort to make it happen. And before I give the floor to Josep Ponset on competitions, let me explain to you that the calendar that we are talking today, it's very tentative calendar. It's our idea is to start working and preparing with the calendar. But everybody is today acknowledged that any small change can make this calendar go down. Apparently, we are publishing this not because this is our will. This is because our conversations with governing bodies, etc., are recommending and looking like this calendar is subject to happen. So before I finish, and this page is for Josep, not for me, but before I go, we will have a dedicated event for Group B. And one of the big changes that we are doing is 4 teams of Group B will go to Group A. Because this is something we have been talking before. We want Group A to be larger, and this time 4 teams of Group B will go to Group A. The second thing that we will do is we will do a super final with only 8 teams, and no team will be relegated. So no A team will be relegated in 2020. This is to protect any kind of situation that we may face. We don't know if there would be a market that will be able to participate or not, and what type of situation we will have to face. So Group A will have no relegation, Group A, and Group B will have 4. And finally, before Josep, I reinforce that our commitment with women competition is exactly the same. So all these events will have women competitions. So we will be as committed as before with the development of women competition. And now the floor is for Josep. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Hello beach soccer community. As Joan said before, this calendar that we will present now is subject to changes according to the legislations and restrictions of the government and health authorities where we would like to organize the event. So as you can see here in this slide, first of all, the main message is that we want to organize the events first with national teams and then with clubs teams. So the national team events will be composed with one unique event of a Division B, promotion final, and one event of super final Division A. At the same time of the super final, we will organize the Women's Euro Beach Soccer Cup. Afterwards, we will organize the clubs events, the Euro Winners Cup, women and men. So go one by one. Let me inform you that from August 19th to August 23rd, we are happy to announce the event of promotion final Division B in Chisinau, Moldova. We signed a contract with Moldova Football Association, led by Leonid Olenisenko, the president. They are building a beautiful and permanent stadium. So over there, we will organize the event of Division B. We expect as many national teams as possible. Afterwards, we will explain you in detail the competition format. And as Joan said before, the top 4 of this event will promote to Division A next year. Afterwards, from September 1st to September 6th, we will organize the super final Division A in Figueira da Foz with the 12 teams. So from Tuesday to Sunday, we will have the super final divided by group phase and knockout system that Ricardo will explain accordingly. At the same time, we will organize in Figueira da Foz as well the Women's Euro Beach Soccer Cup, and we expect as many national teams as possible. After one transition day, September 7th, that we will have the official practice of the club event, that is the Euro Winners Cup. After, we will have from September 8th to September 13th, the Euro Winners Cup, women's and men, that we will compact in one event. So this is our expectation. This is what we plan, what we work hard during this last month, and we expect that in the following days we can fully confirm these events. So right now, let me pass the floor to Ricardo Garcia.
Thank you very much, Josep. Yes, let's start with the proposed competition formats for these next events we are planning. And starting with the Euro Beach Soccer League, Beach Soccer Worldwide has been thinking during the last years to do a Division B bigger, as Joan Cuscó said, and now we think it's the moment. So that means everybody will play one event. Division B teams will play the promotion final. We expect to register around 16 teams as we did last year. So that means 4 teams will qualify directly to Division A. So in this case, if we have 16 teams, 4 groups of 4 teams, the winner of each group will qualify directly. For Division A, super final, 12 teams. Everybody will play directly in the super final in Figueira da Foz. That means the 8 first teams will play quarterfinals. The winner of each group, the runner-up of each group, and the 2 best third teams will qualify. The last 4 teams, they will play the round-robin stage and also one more day to determine the positions from the 9th to the 12th. So, as you can see, these 3 groups are really important to play for the title. Next slide, please. Okay, let's start with more detail with Division A. Let's start with the promotion final for Division B teams. As we said, we expect to have 16 teams. So the first 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, round robin stage, and Saturday and Sunday semifinals with the 4 best teams, and Sunday we will finish with the final. Important again, 4 teams will qualify to Division A. I think this is a really incredible milestone for the league. And this year, 4 teams will play with the best teams for 2021. Next slide, please. SUPERFINAL, as we said before, 12 teams, 8 of them will qualify directly to quarterfinals. So that means the first 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we will have the round robin stage. Friday, we will play these quarterfinals plus playoffs, of course, and Saturday and Sunday for semifinals and finals. Those teams who will qualify for quarterfinals will play until the end, until Sunday. Next slide, please. Okay, let's follow with the Women Eurobeach Soccer Cup. This is a interesting tournament. Women's in action this year. Participating teams, we expect to register around 8 teams. Every team will register 12 players, and the competition format, the draft for this event about the competition format is group phase and finals. So that means if we have 8 teams registered, we will play with 2 groups of 4 teams, and we will have the round robin phase, the group phase, until Saturday. On Sunday, we will cross these 2 groups, the winner of the group 1 against the winner of the group 2. So that means this match will be the final. So we will do like this until the last position, until the position from the 7th to the 8th. And of course, I remind again, this competition format can change according to the number of registered teams. Next slide, please. Okay, let's move on to the Euro Winners' Cup in Nazaré. Let's start with men competition. I have to explain this year exceptionally because of the situation we are living. This year, the competition will be only one. We will not have Euro Winners Challenge and Euro Winners Cup. Everybody will play together. Everybody will play against all the European clubs. So there are, this year, there is only one competition. I think this is important and relevant, and it has to be clear. That's the idea. Of course, competition format will depend on the registered teams. Every team can bring to Nazaré until 12 players, registering 12 players, and the restrictions will be exactly the same we are doing in the last editions. 3 foreign players plus 1 foreign goalkeeper. Next slide, please. Of course, the registration is still open. And for the competition format, as I said before, this is our draft, round robin, first 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And from Friday to Sunday, the knockout stages. Okay, so this is our proposal, but it has to be confirmed with the final number of registered teams. Next round, please. Next slide. Okay, women. Euro Winners' Cup, women. The introduction is exactly the same. Registration is already open to all European clubs. Every team can register until 12 players. Restrictions exactly the same as men, 3 foreign players plus 1 foreign goalkeeper. And our proposal for the competition format is starting 3 days with round robin, and from Friday to Sunday, exactly the same. Knockout system, quarterfinals plus playoffs, semifinals plus playoffs, and the finals plus playoffs. Important thing here, for women and for men, the qualified teams will play until the end. So that means round robin plus the next days, they will have to stay and play until the last match. And of course, the competition format may change according to the number of registered teams. This has to be very clear because for us, this is a draft. Okay, so this is my part. Thank you very much. I pass the floor to Mr. Gabino Renales.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I wish that you all are doing well. It's a pleasure for me to introduce you a bit the next FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup Moscow 2021 that is planned to take place in Moscow at the Luzhniki Park. This is an awesome venue that most of the European teams had the opportunity to know because the qualifier in 2019. The LOC, the Russian Football Union, and FIFA and Beach Soccer Worldwide are already working together to put in place this great event, and with the aim to deliver the best World Cup ever. So I can't wait to see you all there. Don't miss it. Thank you. And now I give the floor back to Joan.
Thank you, Gabino. And congratulations for your appointment as FIFA venue manager. Working with FIFA. As you mentioned, the World Cup will be 19th to 29th of August. Usually FIFA requires a little bit more of 3 months ahead of that date to close the final list of qualifying teams. So we will have to do qualifiers in a very short period. No qualifier has happened yet. So all 6 qualifiers need to happen in this small period. We managed to convince FIFA to delay a little bit the period and get a little bit of a bigger window. It will go to 13th of June. So until that date, qualifiers can happen. And most likely, European qualifier will have to happen inside that date at the very limit because of European weather conditions. We are talking to all the confederations. We are helping them. As you all are aware, 2021 is going to be a challenging year as well. Number one, COVID is not over yet. We don't know when it's going to be 100%. Maybe 100%, it will take some time. But at the same time, all the competitions that were planned in 2020 are moved to 2021. Confederations are very busy. All the leagues are very busy. And we are offering support to everybody. And we are working very closely with confederations to make sure that the 6 events are delivered. And there is full engagement from the confederations to make it happen. In 2021, there will be no World Beach Games. They have been delayed to 2023. So there will be no World Beach Games in 2021. In 2020, we will still work very hard to deliver the Intercontinental Cup in Dubai in November. And we have renewed our agreement with NEOM in Saudi Arabia for the event to happen also in November, together with Dubai, 1 week difference. And then we are working with RFU in Russia to maybe implement Mundialito of Nations together with Mundialito of Clubs, not at the same time, but maybe at the same venue and maybe the week before or the week after. This will be the closing of the 2020 season. February will be the closing. So the Stars Night and the election of the best players, which will be difficult this year, but we will try to do our best to promote the sport and to promote our players. It will happen in February in Moscow. And next slide, we have the competitions that should have happened in 2020. Some are not happening anymore because, for example, the pre-qualification events of the European leagues will not happen. But the World Winners' Cup, we have been talking to our promoters in Alanya, and the situation is not correct at this time, and they don't plan that by October it's going to be in a good shape. So they ask us to delay the competition. Our commitment with this new competition is very strong, and we will be working hard with them to make the competition in April 2021. But if the situation doesn't clear, we will even consider to move the competition to another place if needed, only if needed. El Salvador, there is an amazing commitment from the Ministry of Sports in El Salvador, and we will do the event there for sure. Bahamas, exactly the same. They have the beautiful stadium of the World Cup, and they want to do the competition again. And we have a competition plan early 2021 in Brazil as well. So I think we will have enough number of competitions, although not the ideal, but we have to understand that all this information that we have been giving you is subject to be confirmed. I encourage you to start working to prepare for those events, but please do not commit to flights or hotels in a way that they are not capable to be moved or returned, because nobody knows. In reality, we are living in a daily basis. Back in March, when we stopped our work, we said we will come back in June. Then later on, 1 month later, we said we will come back in July. And then later we said we will come back in September, which finally is what it's looking like. So please make sure that you don't make commitments that financially could impact if something happens from here to there. Because as you are all aware, nobody can grant that things can change in the next 2 or 3 weeks. But our commitment is this one, and we are encouraging everybody. We are working hard. Beach Soccer Worldwide team is fully engaged. We have been working from home, but as strongly as from the office. And we are 100% to deliver this and to meet you again very soon. Again, I placed this page here, 21, just to reinforce that 21 is going to be a challenging year. There will be a lot of competitions. There will be 6 qualifiers. There will be a World Cup. We want to make the league stronger, and there will be a lot of competitions. To achieve all of this, it's our societies, ourselves. We need to behave. We need to follow the health authorities' recommendations. We need to do things that we are not used to, but we have to. We are getting used to. And this will grant that 2021 will be able to happen. Everybody talks about the vaccine. Most likely there will be. Hopefully the sooner the better, but nobody can grant again. And there is many people working. Hopefully it's coming up soon, and things get as usual, and we meet on the beach, and we have as many tournaments as possible. I promise you, again, Beach Soccer Worldwide people, staff has been working very hard. The number of potential venues that we have for 2021 is amazing. It's probably the best list of potential venues that we ever had before. So we will be back, and we will be back very, very strong. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Joan, and thank you to all the panelists for such a very clear and very good explanation. And I'm saying that because as of now, we didn't receive any question from our spectators, which I think it means that everybody was very attentive to what you were explaining. But anyway, we would like to let you all know that no matter that you didn't pose any question now, if you have any doubt, any thing that was not clear enough, we will always be ready to answer your questions through the official channels and also through the official emails that you already have. And before moving on, I would like to ask again to all the panelists, Joan, Pep, Gabino, or Ricardo, if there is any last remark that you want to do before we say goodbye to all our friends.
Not really.
If there's a question, the only thing we have to say is stay training, stay strong, and stay safe. And we will be back soon together. So we wait for that. Okay, well, we just received a couple of questions as we were speaking right now. First one is from Ruben Meireles that asks if there will be people in the stands. This is a question for you, Joan, or for Pep, if you want to add something. We don't know yet. We don't know yet. The number one priority for us is to play. Number one. We want the teams and the players, and we want the game. We get the game on and to start. Afterwards, we will see whether each market has different regulations and allows a percentage of crowd. It's looking like, for example, in Portugal, there might be an option to have a small percentage of crowd present in the stadium. But this is something that we have to go one by one in each market, and at the time that we deliver the event, we will find out exactly. The information is not bad, and hopefully it will happen. Okay, thank you very much. Another question that comes all the way from Mexico, from one of our most well-known beach soccer players, from Anjuli Ladron, that she asks something that everybody would like to know, is there any possibility that in 2021 we can have the first FIFA Women's Beach Soccer Cup? I leave this also to Joan and Josep. Let me say, I think we will be working very hard. It's something that we failed in Paraguay, as many other things, but we will not fail in the future. It deserves to happen. We are committed to make it happen, and we will work very, very hard to make it happen in 2021. It's on the way, it's coming up, and it's every time we organize more and more competitions, it's getting more value, and it's getting more something that nobody can refuse. So it's exactly the same. Stay strong, work hard, make it happen, and then it will come up for sure. I'm fully sure that it's coming up very soon, sooner than later. Okay, thank you for the answer. We have many friends asking us to come to their countries because they are safe there. One of them is our friend Casper from Denmark that says, hey, come to Denmark because we are very safe here. But in this line, we had another question that is asking if we know as of now what's the situation in Moldova. I guess this is more a question for you, Josep.
Yeah, the situation of Moldova right now during all these 3 months has been pretty safe. However, they have some positive cases. They are ready. They are they are building the stadium from March, so they didn't stop. And you know, last week we speak with the president, and they are ready to that all the teams can come and can play in Moldova. During this week, we are finally talks with them in order to finalize all the details. However, all is ready. We will send all the division national teams, all division B national teams, all the applications in order to know if they are willing to participate. However, at the end of this week or beginning of the next week, we will finalize, agreed with the Moldova Federation in order to to confirm the event. But you know, the president is ready. We will know. We need to know how many teams will participate in Moldova, and after this conversation, and plus the number of teams that we will have in Moldova, we will follow up with the event. But all is under control. They are, you know, they are finished the exceptional situation in Moldova in July 15th, and they are ready to accommodate the event.
Yeah, let me add one thing. It's very important that I reinforce this. If by any chance Moldova cannot happen or another place cannot happen, Beach Soccer Worldwide is working to have a backup situation where we will be able to deliver the competition, whether it's in one place or the other. For example, today we mentioned the SUPERFINAL will happen in Figueira da Foz, and this is because we have a contract with the city. But if there is a change of situation and we need to move the event to another place, then we will do, of course, we will do it. And this is important for everybody. This is why I reinforce that this is the plan and we are working with that. But nobody has to buy tickets or hotels yet unless they have refunding system or cancellation policy that is good, or they can move the date, whatever. Because it's important. We cannot, in this situation, 100% grant that what we are saying is going to happen exactly as today we presented. What we presented is what it looks like, and we are committed, and it will happen if everything goes as we know today.
Perfect. Thank you, Joan. Thank you, Josep. We have another question from Nicolas Charras that is interested to know if we are planning any event in Greece.
There are contacts in Greece, and it's looking good. I think the Mediterranean Games were a good experience, and there are cities that are looking for promoting tourism. There are conversations not only in Greece, there are conversations in many other countries. And again, as I said, we are pretty confident that the list of newcomers into the market are relevant and are going to make beach soccer stronger again.
Perfect. One more, another competition that raises high interest is the World Winners' Cup. Our friends from Bible from Ukraine are asking again if we know about the dates or tentative, but you already explained, but if you could please re-explain again.
Our conversations with the promoters, as I said, is to bring it back to Alanya and do the competition in April, mid-April or early May. But still a lot of work to do. And if, as I said, if for any reasons that we do not want, there will be a difficulty in doing this event, the competition itself, it's too important to cancel, and we will find another venue. There are venues that they are willing to host, and we will then move the competition to a new venue.
Okay, very similar question from Sergey that asks if it will happen in Alanya. We, as you said, difficult in this October, so we will be announcing how the competition progresses. Another question, again, I guess for you, Joan, in line with the task working group that we just announced, Kasper Dorf from Denmark again is asking if there will be the possibility not only to help players, but also to help teams to find sponsors to take part in the competitions.
Yes, of course. We are saying we want to help our community, and our community is everybody. whether it's a player or whether it is a team or whether even if it's a competition. If we can help, we will be helping. If we have resources, we will be helping. The subject here is, as of now, we have no resources specific allocated for this. So we need to go out. We need to go to the different entities of the sport, whether it's FIFA or UEFA or all the other confederations, whether it's the Olympic Committee, whether it is the European Community, whether it is United Nations, whether it is as many institutions as we can. We have to find out what kind of support they can give us. And then with this working group, we will analyze how we can distribute this support that we have been able to source. But there is no pre-plan in terms of what we want to do. It's just very generic. We want to help our community.
Okay, thank you very much, Joan, for the explanation. Well, that was the last question. As I said, any more questions that you want to address to us, we'll be happy to answer them through the official channels. From our side, and provided that my colleagues, panelists, I think they already said what they wanted to say, from on Beach Soccer Worldwide behalf, I want to thank you all for watching. Not only for watching, but for participating in these Beach Soccer Talks, and also for all the support and congratulations messages that we have been reading during this hour. They are very touching and they give us extra strength to keep working and to make this sport bigger and bigger. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And, see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
See you soon.
Thank you.